I know you ain't seriously not answering the phone right now.
Hello?
Hello, you are now on the air with a podcast about something, episode 8. How you doing?
Episode 8?
Yeah, this is episode 8.
Which season are we on? We're on the second season?
No, this is the first season. This is the pilot.
Sagman Bennett Ross, Oppenheimer Tap. Sagman Bennett Ross, Oppenheimer Tap.
Sagman Bennett Robbins, Oppenheimer Tap.
Sagman Bennett Robbins, Oppenheimer Tap. Sagman Bennett Robbins, Oppenheimer Tap.
We're still testing to see if we can get picked up by the network.
Listen, I have a friend over at NBC, but I don't know if she's going to want to meet with us after I had lunch with her yesterday.
Well, tell her that we just got sponsored by Hennegans.
Hennegans. It tastes like, or what is, and it doesn't, you don't have a smell on your breath. How does it go?
Yeah, they say, we're supposed to say this. Hennegans, no smell, no tell, scotch.
That's Hennegans. No smell, no tell, scotch.
What does he say though? Like when he goes and he takes a couple twigs, he says something like, "You want to have a drink on your lunch break?" Hennegans.
He says, what was it? It was, and plus, there's no smell, so it'll be our little secret.
And because it's odorless, why, it'll be our little secret.
It would be our little secret. I'm still plugging in, as you know, as most of the viewers know by now. I'm never ready. So there's that.
Yep, there's that.
We're getting there though.
Are you at least in the studio?
I'm in the studio.
Is anything even on in there?
It's all on. I'm just double checking that it's coming from the external mic, and then I'll hit record, and then yeah, we're good to go. Here we go. And we're live on my end.
Okay, then I'll take you and put you back into my headphones.
Oh yeah.
Okay, here we go. You're in my headphones.
Alright, I gotta do that still.
Alright, only took three minutes.
Yeah, of course, every time you call, I never know where I put the headphones.
Oh yeah. It's almost 4. So here's the thing. I want to tell all the viewers out there, and I guess a couple of the listeners, we had agreed on this time before, so this time it's normally my fault, but this time it's your fault.
Yeah, and I feel like we've had a really great back and forth fault blamings, or fault havings.
I guess.
Fault sharing.
Yeah.
We've been sharing faults.
Yeah.
Quite evenly.
Yeah, it has been normally about. Yeah, overall it's been about even. You've been ready. Sometimes I haven't. Right. But I just want the viewers to know, for the record, this time it's all on you. I think I'm still on speaker. Have you not located your headphones?
Hennegans. It'll be our little secret.
And no, he goes, and plus, with the no smell, it'll be our little secret.
I love it.
They go, who are you talking to?
So I have a quick little bit. I have a I have someone close to me that is currently in Savannah, Georgia. And, you know, we're kind of going back and forth. She wants to get me a souvenir, and I don't want Welcome to Georgia or some...
What about just a peach?
Well, that's, you know, I would have been okay with a peach, but you know, obviously what type of peach it needed to be.
Oh, it has to be Mackinac.
Mackinac.
The Mackinac peaches, Jerry. The Mackinac peaches.
It has to be Mackinac. And
that's,
you know,
I think that's native to Washington.
Yeah, and it's not the time of year for Mackinac.
No,
so
there's only 1 week.
So I had her go look at Savannah College of Art and Design, SCAD, and I wanted something that said SCAD film or something like that. You know, something...
So you want her to
like
steal
that.
you something? Because there's no way they're going to sell that.
Well, in a bookstore, they have a bunch of shirts that say SCAD.
But not film. She's going to have to steal it.
So you're on the right track.
Oh my gosh, she already stole it.
You're on the right track. So I said, nix the SCAD. There's another interest of mine. I'm not going to say which interest in case this podcast does reach more than 60 people or however many we're reaching.
You mean for statute of limitations purposes or what?
I mean, isn't there like a statute of limitations on that?
Statute. What? Statute of limitations. It's not a statue.
Well, statute of limitations purposes would be going about, you know, how much time has passed, but for just all legal purposes in general, I'm not going to mention my other near and dear to my heart interest. I'm sure it'll come out in one of these podcasts, but it would be hard to put together. So there's...
Oh, I know.
So I said, go to a particular institution, and I want a souvenir from that institution that says the name of that institution on some sort of apparel. So
maybe I don't know.
After a couple different trips, there was never an item located. So now we're going to make an item. So I had her go to a screen printing company. This could be done, she could be in Zurich, and we could have had the same souvenir accomplished. But it was done in Savannah. We went to a screen printing company.
You didn't go anywhere.
She went to a screen printing company.
Yeah, there you go.
And then screen printed a name of an institution with the name Savannah in it on a type of apparel for me. So we accomplished something. We got me a souvenir.
You keep saying we.
Oh, yeah. So I said, get me a jacket, and she said, what? She goes, what material? And
Cashmere.
I go, obviously Gore-Tex.
I would have said cashmere.
Well, is this cashmere?
Of course it's cashmere.
Oh, I want Gore-Tex.
It's Gore-Tex. You know about Gore-Tex?
You like saying Gore-Tex, don't you?
Gore-Tex is good, but you're not anywhere cold.
Listen, it's cold about
42 hours? What does that mean? You messed something up?
Okay. Well, there's going to be quite the pause there.
And we're back. I love that.
Okay, we're back.
I want to let all the viewers know how much the DJ Chill Will enjoys editing my portion of the...
Oh my gosh. What are you doing over there?
Just accidentally unplugged the microphone at the same time. Oh my gosh. Hold on.
You're just adding like 3 hours to my whole process just by doing these little tiny things.
Well, here's the thing. When I'm working, you know, I consider this working. When I'm working with you on the phone, we're discussing, we're working, we're creating, I like to fidget. You know, some people like to draw things or, you know...
Get yourself a little spinner or get a little tech deck.
Do you want to edit out the noises of the tech deck? Because I have, and I don't, you know, I don't like the tech deck word. You know, I before.
Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you because this is from Hennegans. Hennegans has now sponsored a podcast about something from this point and here too and forward. However, they said that henceforth is not on there, but here too is. They said that from this point on and henceforth and here too, we do have a censor that's been appointed by Hennegans. So we can say words like, but they're going to censor that out. It's not going to be on the podcast.
Can I say something like, God?
Yeah, you can say it, but it's going to be all this is going to be censored out. But we could also say a word like chartreuse, just to see if the censor's paying attention. You know, they might censor that out too, but hopefully they let chartreuse stay.
What if we said something like Dolores?
Dolores!
As long as it wasn't Mulva, I think they'd let it go.
It rhymes with a female body part.
What is it?
Mulva?
What about Mipple?
I think it was Gipple, but yeah, I think Gipple's okay.
Gipple?
Gipple.
Yeah.
Oh, so what's going on with you? We haven't casted in a few days. So you feel like a stranger on the other end of the line.
Yeah, real quick before I answer that question, do you have things plugged in over there, or are you just going rogue? What's happening?
Yeah, we've been plugged in. It was just a quick little, a couple seconds of, I was fidgeting. I unplugged the mic, but I was able to get back up and rolling very quickly.
Oh, okay, because I thought you said you weren't recording for like the first few minutes. Is that true?
When you first called me, yeah, I did have
Oh, well,
to
yeah,
get
I know
to the
that
scene.
because you
Yeah.
were sounding like you were in a mall or something. I don't know what you're doing.
Well, I haven't been to a mall since 2017.
Congratulations on that. My record was a lot longer, but I had to go very recently, so now my record has been broken, and it's no longer a good date that I can read, because I was actually in a mall in 2020.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was August 2020.
Now, didn't you say that the parking garage episode was one that you hadn't watched that often? I was listening to one of our older podcasts.
Yes, that is correct. I did say that, and I also said it on the podcast.
You know, someone mentioned to me you were not very happy with your toys growing up.
Yeah, that was me.
Yes, I heard it both places, talking to you and then listening to it on the podcast. And
So you don't want me to tell you about this mall, or is this a connection from the mall to the parking garage?
I didn't know that you were going to tell me about the mall. I thought simply you were just going to say, hey, I went this year, and then we can go back to talking about Gipple. But let's hear about the mall, Will.
Okay.
Let's hear about the mall.
Well, I thought you might ask because I would never go to a mall if it was up to me. I would never go ever again. So I thought you would assume, based on your knowledge of me, that there had to be some sort of very good reason, or at least in someone's eyes, a very good reason for me to go.
Well, I can see you in your creative space working on on any given day and get an intense craving for an Annie Ann's and have to run to go get an Annie Ann's.
Okay, I don't even know what that is.
You know what an Annie Ann's is, and
I just think you like saying Annie Ann's, and I don't know what it is, or I would tell you what it is.
I hope the viewers right now are shaking their head and just
Annie Ann?
They know you.
That sounds made up. Are you serious? What is it? What is it? I don't even know. Is this a clothing item?
You want an Annie Ann's. You want one right now. You'll be sitting in your creative space at any given time.
It's a coffee.
No, you'll crave an Annie Ann's. You'll crave it.
It's a Slurpee.
It's an Annie Ann's pretzel, Will.
Why would I crave a pretzel?
These pretzels are making me thirsty.
I know him and I go, boy, these pretzels are making me thirsty.
Is that how you're going to say it?
God, I thought that you would know what an Annie Ann's is. I really did.
Okay, I have no... Now I know it's a pretzel. So why does it have its own name? Do they make it in a different shape, or is it... Yeah, I assume it's a big fat pretzel. Is that correct?
Listen, the name of the store is not going to be called Pretzel.
So it's not just a pretzel, it's the name of a store.
It's the
or
name
is it
of
just
the,
a pretzel?
It's the name of the pretzel shop, Annie Ann's.
Okay, so when you said I'm craving an Annie Ann's, it just means anything from their store, and all they sell are pretzels?
You know, I can't speak to every item on the menu, but...
I would prefer if you would.
Why'd you go to the mall? These
Okay.
pretzels are making me thirsty.
These pretzels are making me thirsty.
They
But
really
real
are.
quick, I just figured out how our podcasts sometimes take longer than we ever thought. It's because we get talking about Annie Ann's for 15 minutes because I have no clue what it is, and you explain the whole thing to me. That's how.
Really quick.
Where did the
I
time
wanna
go?
Really quick, I
It's
think
been
I just
15
figured it
minutes
out.
already. And
I think I just figured it out.
all right, I'll tell you why. Okay, so as you know, my best friend Kyle was, I think I told you, he was getting married.
So he did survive the mango allergy. Okay.
Yes, he's still alive and kicking. However, actually, I won't tell you that. I won't tell you that because then you'll develop another allergy. So I won't
please
share
don't,
that
please
information.
don't, because you had thrown it off as a quote fun fact. Please
Yeah,
don't.
I did.
Please
it
don't.
was a quote. See, here's one thing I wonder real quick, and then I'll get back to the mall. Why do we say quote and then we say the thing, but we never say end quote? Or sometimes people go quote unquote and then they say the thing, but that means they're just putting two quotation marks in a row and then saying something after. Shouldn't it be like quote, fun fact, unquote?
LOL.
All right, we'll move on. So anyway, I went to the mall because he was getting married, okay? And what happened was, originally I spoke with him in January, and he said, yep, we're going to get married August 6th or something like that. It's going to be a good time. Come on out. And I said, okie dokie.
Come on out.
And he wanted me to be, at that point, he wanted me to be the best man. That changed, and I just became one of the men, but not the very best one. And
You were just a man when you started, and you were just a man when you ended.
I think I was a little above just a man, but I was like a man of mild significance.
Okay.
So anyway, in January, he told me that. And then in March, May, when COVID was starting to heat up even more, he said, you know what? We decided we're going to cancel the wedding. I go, oh, okay. And then I said, are there any plans to reschedule? He goes, no plans. Nothing yet. We're just kind of playing it by ear. And so time rolls on. I forget about it, everything like that. And I'm driving back from the Florida Keys, and I get a call, and he says, it's him, and he says, hey, did you end up getting those pants? And that's the first thing he said. I said, no. He says, the wedding pants. I go, oh no, I didn't get any wedding pants. No. He goes,
No.
okay, I need you to get the pants. I
The
go,
wedding pants.
oh, yeah, those are the ones. I said, okay, so is what's happening? Like, why now? He goes, oh yeah, the wedding's gonna be this Friday. And at the time, that was 6 days from when he called me. Go ahead and stop me.
Let me stop you. Now, should you have had the wedding pants?
I probably should have bought them in
May. Or March.
Well, probably not May. I probably wouldn't have bought them right after they canceled. To be
You
honest,
probably should have had wedding pants when they first started dating. You should have known the bells were ringing and bought the pants back then.
I think some people would have liked if I had done it that way. It ended up being that he told me about the pants maybe in February or March, so I had plenty of time to get them. and I was just kind of waiting because, I'm not good at buying stuff online unless it's related to cameras or...
I don't think you're good at buying stuff anywhere unless it's
that's
related
true.
to cameras or...
That's it, yeah. That's pretty much that's the only category. I bought skateboard wheels online, but I bought them used on eBay. Anyway,
okay.
So...
Wait, can I stop you there?
Again?
Just a quick little fun bit about you buying skateboard wheels on eBay before we get back to the wedding pants, because I know I'm burning up inside. And these pretzels
You should get an Annie Ann.
Thirsty. These pretzels are making me thirsty. So you know what is impossible to find, if any viewers could aid me or listeners, is aggressive inline skates.
Are you kidding me?
Find them. You can't find them. You can't find them.
Did you see that I was filming with that aggressive inline skater that shreds?
No, but I had
serious?
no idea that I'm 100% serious. But for the past 2 weeks, I've had vivid dreams of me shredding half pipes like Disney Channel original movie Brink style.
I remember that movie, yeah.
Like shredding with inline skates, and I've perused eBay, Let Go, OfferUp, rollerblade.com, everywhere, and you can't find them. I want them. But talk about the pants, and then we'll talk. I need to know about these pants.
Okay, but do you really want them, or is this just like a weird thing and you're going to forget about it in a week?
Is this just some weird thing? No, I've had vivid dreams for 2 weeks of me... I was an inline skater before I moved to the skateboard, and I want to get... I want them. I want them bad.
Okay,
really
here's what you do, okay? You go later on, after this call, okay? We don't need you typing up during this call or texting it up. So later on, you're going to go to a thing called... I heard that. You're going to go to a thing called Instagram, okay? You're going to look up a guy named Occultured, like occult, and then URED, okay? He's the biggest shredder I know on that type of skates. I filmed some with him the other day. He gapped a 16-foot manual pad. Like, he ollied over the whole thing. It was nuts. Okay, that was like the first thing he did, too. He did a ton of other crazy stuff while I was there. Anyway, hit him up because he's trying to help people get into the sport. He's a really, really good guy. And if you just send him a message, I'm sure he'd tell you where to go to even find deals or something. He was helping a friend of mine get into it like a couple months ago. So that's where you go, and you can do that later. Find all this info in A Podcast About Nothing on YouTube, episode 8.
I'm going to stop you there. You just said it was about nothing. You said it was about nothing. I do want to correct the DJ here.
Did I really?
About something.
Did I really say that?
You really did. It's about something, people. And today it's been about the wedding pants. I guess I've named the episode for you because I've never got a chance to name it.
Oh, shoot. I guess this one will be that.
I've never had a chance to name it.
That's a good name. That is a good name. The wedding pants. I like that. I like that. We'll go with that.
We can't call it the wedding pants until we know about the wedding pants.
Okay. So anyway, that's where you're gonna go. A podcast about something. APAS. Okay, is how we abbreviate it these days. And it's not a piece of shit. And by the way, I know they're gonna bleep that out at Hennegans because they have a censor. So carrying on, I got this call 6 days before. He says, "Yep, the wedding's gonna be Friday." I said, "Oh." I assumed it was probably decided that day, so I reached out to his brother. His brother found out the same day I did, but like we said, I probably should have bought the wedding pants sooner. But then, right when I was about to buy them in May, that's when he sent the message that it was canceled. I was thinking like, oh, that's great. I get out of these pants. I don't have to ever buy them, because I thought that it being canceled, for some reason, I thought they wouldn't wear the same clothes if they ever did it again. Are you still there?
I'm here, and I hate to tell you, but
You're not looking him up right now.
I've already looked him up.
Oh my gosh!
I'm on my second message to him. Do you want to hear the start of this message here? I said I've had these dreams.
Oh, I got to tell you. You know, that reminds me of a topic that I wrote down to tell you. I wrote down a topic to tell you, by the way.
Okay.
Okay, but
and I've written down something as well.
Okay, you need to not do this right now. Okay, seriously. What's the matter with you? Look, because
I need to know about these.
All that's happening is now me talking, a very long pause, then I ask you if you're listening, and then you tell me what you were doing. And that's not a podcast. Oh my God.
Listen, this is the show. This is the show.
You saw that in episode. I put that into episode 4.
I didn't. I saw what?
Did you even watch episode 4?
I was in episode 4. Why do I need to watch it? I was in it.
I spent hours painstakingly getting pieces of Seinfeld to put in there that were relevant to what was happening. I put a ton of pieces.
Was it painstakingly though?
Are you serious?
Watching clips.
I had to find the clips. I had to screencast the clips. I had to cut the clips. I had to edit the clips. I had to add sound to the clips. It was painstaking, but I thought it was worth it because
I had to cut them, color them, wash them, dry them.
You know, I thought people would be listening. I bet you our listener that commented on there, not including the 6 different women that commented. Yeah, they commented. Yeah. Not to mention those 6 women that all have the same picture but have very different names that commented different things on our photos. There was another one that commented, and I think she watched the Seinfeld clips and she appreciated it, and that's what I think.
Well, then you know that it wasn't for anything. And those sex bots enjoyed them as well because they're real. Just because they're sex, just because they're bots, they're real.
Okay, back to the pants. I had just told you something very important, and I was waiting for you to acknowledge it, and then you were sending messages.
I was, and I sent your friend a
Okay, so are you done now?
I did. He knows all about my dreams now. I don't know if that's a weird way to.
Can we get back? Can we get back to the podcast about something?
Yes, I'm here. I'm back. I'm living it. Let's do it.
Okay, we're live. All right, so I had tried to get out of getting the pants because I thought that once the wedding was canceled, no pants were needed. I thought that if the wedding was put back on, then they just let me wear whatever pants because it was canceled. But apparently that's not how it goes.
Wait, so, you think that just because it was canceled at one time, if it ever comes back, you think you can get to wear anything because it was once canceled?
I didn't plan ahead.
How do you expect to get out of here? Well, I didn't think ahead.
You know what that's from? Do you know what that's from, that line? I'm not gonna tell you.
I know it was something.
Okay, fine. I'll tell you. Yeah. So, okay. They said, "How were you gonna get home?"
I didn't plan ahead. Is this when he was abducted by the guy that was running the cleaning agency?
No, it's when he sells his suit to Banya.
Oh God, that is such a great moment.
They said,
really is.
You sold the clothes you were wearing? How did you think you were going to get home? I didn't plan ahead. Okay, so anyway, I didn't plan ahead. I didn't know they were going to do it for real. So then when they did it for real and they called me 6 days before, I had no pants of what they wanted. They wanted some blue pants of a certain hue. I'd call it like a mariner blue. I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like someone on a sailboat would like this color blue. Someone rich, though. It wouldn't be like a poor man on a sailboat. They'd probably have like a gray or olive colored clothing. But this is like a rich man's blue.
Sure,
or a woman.
Almost like, or a woman. So almost like if you're standing in the driveway in a 1964 picture and you're wearing navy pants, but you're shooting with like the Kodak Chromatica.
Right, so cameras, like the film is a little Navy, lighter, yeah, something like that.
So the Navy will. Okay.
Right.
I got you.
Okay, good. So we're on the same page. So anyway, I said to him, okay, then I can order them because he gave me that link from like 3 months prior, and he goes, oh, it takes him 2 weeks to send it. I go, oh, I guess then I'll just wear whatever pants I have. He goes, yeah, right. He goes, no, we'll color match. I go, okay. So I drive up to him in Sarasota on a Tuesday, and we go over to a mall. And by the way, we pop into Men's Warehouse. There are 0 people in this place. There's only one worker, and he seems shocked that we're there. And
now, I can picture you and Kyle sitting in the parking lot at Men's Warehouse. You both take a shot of Hennegans, and you look at each other and say, it's our
go
little
time.
secret."
It's go time.
And then you walk in.
It's go time.
Okay, well, actually, I forgot about something. The story's even better because Kyle forgot a mask, and this is during
gosh.
COVID times. So we had to get him in. So I look in my car to see what I can give him. I had to see what I can give him, and it turns out I have no extra mask or anything. I have no extra clothes he could wrap around his face, except
You definitely don't have extra wedding pants.
Of course not. Except I did find that I had a set of reasonably clean socks. So I gave him a sock. He took 2 rubber bands. He strapped a sock on his face. And we're trying to go into a Men's Warehouse and get taken seriously.
And he's got, this is one step below you taking off your trousers and having to put him over his head.
And I swear to
one
you,
step above.
no mask muffles your voice quite like a sock does.
So you have this guy getting married within 5 days, explaining to the guy at the Men's Warehouse with a sock on his face, saying that he wants a rich man's blue. So he's like, I got a sock right here. I'm looking for a rich man's blue.
Right. I'm going to have to add in, I took videos of him with the mask on because it was so ridiculous. I'm going to have to add those into the podcast because it was I convinced him that it didn't look that bad when we walked in, but it was bad. Actually.
Ish. Let's check this out. I don't know how long it's gonna stay. The last one was pretty far off.
Yeah, I agree.
I thought they'd have closer ones than that, didn't you?
Yeah.
I thought they would have had closer ones. I don't know how that worked. It didn't actually look like a sock either, did it?
No. Show me.
Get in the car.
Okay, so anyway, we walked into Men's Warehouse. Nobody's there. The guy says like this, and I'm not trying to poke any fun, but this is how he says. He goes, oh, I definitely don't have any sort of shade like that. I go, okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, he said it like kind of pretentiously, but
yeah.
And I said, do you know where we could go? He goes, I don't know. It's a big mall. Good luck. It's like,
but listen, did you let him know, sir? You work at the warehouse.
Yeah.
You don't work at a store. Yeah. This is the warehouse. Like when you picture a warehouse, you don't picture a little, a boutique. This is not the men's boutique. This is the men's. This is not the men's store.
No, it's not the men's. You're right.
This is the Men's Warehouse.
Yeah, precisely. So even after all that, we left and tried to walk over to. This is a big mall, but we tried to walk over to like the next store.
He told you it was.
Yeah, we ended up in a few different stores, but eventually the place that I found some pants that looked kind of close was a Dillard's. And again, there's nobody in this Dillard's except for one lady. And we're walking around, and Kyle's holding the actual pants, like the ones that he's gonna wear. So we're trying to match.
With a sock on his face.
With a
still.
And it's held by rubber bands, so they're bright green. And so we're talking to her, and eventually Kyle goes like, "Those look pretty close," and they were within the ballpark. So I said, "Yeah, they look good." And so we went over to the lady, and the lady kind of said, "Can I help you?" And Kyle was not doing anything. So I said, how similar do these look? Like if we were standing next to each other, and I told her like, pretend like we're outside in the sun, okay? Like, I know we're inside, there's fluorescent lighting, but pretend like we're outside, sunny day, you know, you're squinting a little bit. How similar do we look? Could you tell there's a difference? She goes, oh, no difference. I go, okay, great, let's get those.
No difference.
And so we're checking out, and there were so few
Meanwhile,
people.
nobody's bought anything from Dillard's since February 29th.
Right. So let me tell you how bad it was for their sale. She was just, I think, happy to have people in the store. So I'm checking out. She goes, you want a discount? I go, sure. She goes, okay, 20% off. I go, all right. And so I didn't ask. She offered a discount and just found a way to give a 20% discount on pants that are already half off.
Kyle looks at you with a sock on his face and goes, that sounds pretty good.
Yes. Yeah. So ended up that I got some pants that were very tight in the buttock region, but I got them for a pretty good deal because of the half off and then 20% off of the half off. And I got to watch Kyle talk to people with a sock on his mouth. And that was why I was in the mall.
You also have wedding pants for the future.
Yeah, I don't know what to do with them. I keep them. I have them out. I don't know what to do.
They're wedding pants.
Yeah, I guess for the next wedding I'll have to put them on.
You can't put them on if it's not a wedding.
I don't think so. It doesn't.
They're wedding pants.
Just like the last podcast that was live, it just doesn't. Something doesn't seem right.
I don't know. It's a big mall.
Yeah.
I love that.
What did you say in the last podcast though? Like something's just not right. What was it?
Oh, about me sitting here casting alone. I said,
what was it? This doesn't feel right? Is that what it was?
Something doesn't feel right.
That doesn't sound like I don't think that's the exact line.
I don't know if I can do this alone.
Anyway, that reminded me because I know we just discussed the mall and the wedding pants, which is of course the name of this show. But you reminded me when you said that you were sending a message about your dreams to the skater, that I had a semi-funny thing happen to me this year. Really funny for the person who caused it. Semi-funny for me now looking back on it. I was trying to buy a kiteboard, and so I was messaging a lot of people who gave their numbers on this kiteboard site, and a friend of mine, had apparently decided that it would be funny to go into my phone settings, apparently when I wasn't paying attention or had left my phone down, which I forget about my phone a lot, so she seized the moment, and she corrected the word hey to then always autocorrect and say a sentence. And the sentence was, I eat Okay? So I didn't know this, and I'm sending a message to this guy on the kitesurf website, and I said, hey, I'm interested in your board. Let me know if it's for sale or something like that. And then I click send, and then I hadn't heard anything in about a day, and I look back, and the message just says, hey, I interested in your board. Let me know if it's free. And I realized that that's probably not the best way to initiate a sale unless that person is very gung-ho on such a thing. But it ended up not working out for me. I never even heard back from the seller, and I didn't want to send another message because I didn't feel like I could fix or rectify the situation. But
well, that's almost as bizarre. Today I was looking for a couch, and I found a couch I wanted, posted for $200 on OfferUp, and I said, is your couch still available, and would you take, I meant to say 120, but I typed in 12, right? But she writes back and says, yes, I need everything out by today.
Wow, that is serendipitous.
And I said, well, I'll be over there in about an hour, confirming you'll take 12. And she goes, yes, I have elevators and I'll help you move.
What? That is nuts. That is like the luckiest thing I've ever heard. It's a $200 couch. You said, would you take 12?
Would you take 12?
I guess it's better than 10. And it's very specific too. Like she's like, you know what? This person needs it. They couldn't even go to 15. They just have 12.
Well, here's the thing. Now I got a little freaked out on my end that she was so readily able to take.
You didn't
12.
take it?
No, I blocked her and I said I got to get out of here.
You're kidding.
I got to get out of here. If you got a couch listed for $200 and I make a user error and I type 12 and you say yes, that puts me in weird kind of freak out mode and I say I got to get out of here.
But she's trying to get rid of everything. It has to go. Everything must go.
$12 though? Come on.
That's the best deal you're going to get for a couch.
It was the big salad. I did not want...
Look, let me tell you something. You're not going to get a couch for a dozen any other day of the week.
I know. Not even a baker's dozen.
Yeah, that wasn't even that was just a regular dozen. It wasn't even a baker's dozen. That's a good deal.
But now
I want to go into... Oh, go ahead.
I'm going to intentionally make errors moving forward. Something,
That's a good idea.
Would you take 7?
Yeah, it's worth $800. Would you take 7?
Yes.
Well, I guess you could throw in 70. 70 is a pretty good one. Would you take 70? 700?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to try that too. Wow. I'm gonna go into rooms to go, just because I've never been in my life, and I'm just gonna go and say, that couch pretty nice. What's the retail? They say, $1,200. I go, I'll give you a dozen.
Would you take 12?
No, I'm not even gonna say it like that. I'll just say I'll give you a dozen for it. I'll give you a dozen big ones. Washingtons.
Yeah. You might get a favorable answer. He might say, or she might say, or they might say, hey, you know what? Everything's got to go.
I'll even say this. I'll give you a 10% gratuity just for you to keep. If you do the dozen.
By the way, so they're gonna get $1.20 off this deal, like backdoor commission?
Yeah, just straight cash, non-taxable.
Oof, that's kind of hard to pass up. Because
How many times do you
get a tip at a rooms to go employee?
I do not have data on that, so I don't know.
Neither do I. But I do have data on 2 of my friends that are listeners and viewers of the podcast about something, and they have both said the same thing on separate occasions, and they don't know each other, so they don't speak. They both say, hey, the DJ Chill Will sounds very similar to Jerry Seinfeld, like the way you speak. Not the way you sound necessarily, but the way you present your sentences. What is that comedian you say that sometimes I'll say something? You say David Spade?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, sometimes you have a bit that sounds very similar to David Spade. Sometimes you should give me one, and then if I hear it sounds similar, I'll put something that David Spade said near it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
I told you, I don't like some of his material because I think it's a little too crass, but some of his stuff I do think is very funny.
Well, Jerry is not the most PG guy. I'm just kidding.
Oh, he cursed one time on like that little special, but his special was mainly just him yelling everything. Like normally he gets to like that feverish yell, but he was just yelling everything. He was like, "Everybody now, I just want you to text it.
I did like
Send the text it to me.
We want to text. Just text it. Text it.
And he just wouldn't
Was that
stop.
the special when he had the Uber bit? Because that's what.
Yes.
Because what's an Uber? You just take it. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's an app that shows up on your. I love that bit.
That Uber was good, and he had some good marriage material, I thought. That's a good little line right there, marriage material. But he had some
Wedding
good...
pants is even better, but yeah.
Wedding pants. It's good, but the marriage material is a pun.
So you know what I just figured out?
Yeah, thanks for acknowledging that pun.
Where does the time go on our podcast? Will and I were talking after the podcast one time, after an hour long. What did we even talk about? We said.
I think that might have been the horseradish sauce episode.
I think it was the one that's going to be released coming up was the "You Are Gay."
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna put that in the video. You'll have to see it. Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, I saw another video. I think you'll like yesterday. It was I don't know.
Why?
I was watching the "You Are Gay" video, and I found like a 15-second recommended video on the side, and it was called "I Love Refrigerators," and it's just this guy, and for 14 seconds he's walking down a hallway where refrigerators are on his right side, and there's no noise at all. He's just walking down the hallway, and then right at the end he stops. He goes, "I love refrigerators," and that was it.
I love refrigerators.
And it was
That's
like
good.
I think he's a salesman or something. Like he was about to have a sales pitch and they cut off the video. I think you might
That's
like
good.
that one too. It's not as good as the "You Are Gay" though.
Why are you gay?
Yeah, we have him on the show today. Why are you gay?
You are gay.
And the guy goes, who says I am gay? He goes, "You're gay." That's it. All right, we can't talk about that every episode though.
We can't. Yeah.
No,
So
it can't be done.
It can't be done. And I hate to, there's a couple other videos from the internet that I would love to talk to you about. That they're hilarious. Believe it or not, there are funny things other than a podcast about something on the internet. Believe it.
I cannot believe that.
Believe it or
I'm gonna
not,
be in the
I
not
said.
category. Yeah, I'm in the not category there.
While we're in that category, I say we move to trivia time.
I just pulled up my trivia. I was about to do that, and then I saw my note from the last podcast about a company that rhymes with rectum. I thought that was funny.
Yeah, well, we
already discussed that.
Especially now we're sponsored by Hennegans.
Yeah, but I can still say rectum. I just can't say.
Yeah. So I want to ask you a question during trivia time here.
Yeah.
And the question is, during the parking garage episode, what medical condition does Jerry say he has that he had to use?
Oh, uromycetitis.
Well, I'm looking for uromycetosis.
Poisoning.
No, uromycetosis.
Because I could get uromycetitis poisoning and die, that's why.
I thought it was uromycetitis and I could die.
I thought he said, "Sir, I have uromycetosis." You're right. It might be. Now I'm saying it out loud.
It doesn't sound right.
I'm going to give you the win. I think it might be mycetitis.
I think he said, "I have uromycetitis poisoning and die." Yeah, I remember that part because that was funny to me because I've urinated in public on numerous occasions, and by the way, I cannot be prosecuted for this at this point because I could be making it up. By the way,
you could be, but this is just a quick follow-up question. Why did George get kicked? To my question, why did George get kicked out of the car from the Scientologist car when they finally found a ride? What did he say about L. Ron Hubbard?
Oh gosh, that's a great question, and what did he say?
I think he might have just said something negative about Scientology.
I don't know if they tell us what he said. I just remember him getting kicked out.
Yeah.
Oh, but that is close to home because on Sunday I was going to a volleyball tournament in Clearwater, and Clearwater is now like 80% owned by Scientology, by either the church or by partitioners of the religion that have bought out stuff, and it's nuts what Scientology is doing over there. It really is crazy.
The city looks weird too. I have a friend that lives right outside of downtown Clearwater.
Yep, that's where they own it.
Looking.
Oh, it's strange.
It's strange.
Okay, so that was your trivia. Now let me ask you my trivia. So last time I gave you multiple choice. Hello?
Yep.
And this time I'm going to give you where you can try to get a line right, okay? All right,
Name that line.
I'm going to actually give you an easy question, not easy, but a simple fill in the blank question first. who was the girlfriend of Jerry who they did the voice with? What was her name?
Okay, let me say to the viewers and the listeners, whenever you say something is a fun fact, or whenever you say something is a simple and easy, a softball, it's not.
No, this is not a low-hanging fruit. It's just a fill in the blanker.
Yeah, that's not an easy question. I don't know her name. The girl.
Okay, her name is Claire.
Okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to have you fill in the line, okay? I'm going to start by feeding you some lines, and you're going to fill in the last line, okay?
Okay.
So Claire is upset because Jerry told her about the voice. Claire starts to leave. Jerry says, he's a lovable character, like the Kool-Aid guy. Claire says, he is fat. What does Jerry say next?
God, I know, I can picture him like hanging outside of his door saying this to her down the hall.
Yes, he is.
Oh, come on, hold on. He is fat.
And then Jerry says, no, he's...
I don't know.
He's just a little bloated.
I love that.
And then he follows it and says, it's mostly water weight.
The Kool-Aid guy.
He is fat!
No, he's just a little bloated.
Goodbye!
It's mostly water weight.
Hello.
He can be Spanish too. Hola. Hello. All right.
Oh God, that's good. Well,
that was a good episode. That was fun.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The wedding pants.
The wedding pants.
Episode
Yep.
8.
Episode 8.
Oh goodness.
Oh.
Well,
also,
are you gonna go skateboarding now?
Yes.
Nice.
Super
I
nice.
messaged. Are we off? I'm gonna stop
No,
recording.
you're still on the air.
Okay, I'm gonna get off the air.
Okay, then I'll get off the air too.